Why I am giving up my Superwoman cape. Hello, y'all. I'm Dianna Brianne. Why am I giving up my Superwoman cape and accommodating you, accommodating your body, your health, and your well-being? Hello, y'all. I'm Dianna Brianne. Well, this was my first day of college yesterday for the semester. I don't give advice, suggestions, information, recommendations. I just share with you my perspective on different topics, as is with this one. I am in my pajamas and it's in the afternoon. I'm making this video and I'm still in my pajamas because I am doing my schoolwork here at home today. But I want to tell you about my day one at college and all the drama that went on behind the scenes and the frustrations and why I decided to throw away my Superwoman cape, okay? Well, we had some rain out here today and it was quite rainy, and I did not go out for my walk or run because I have a lot of schoolwork and I want to focus on that today. And so perhaps tomorrow or the next day I will get out there if it doesn't rain. But nonetheless, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about the Superwoman cape that I have been wearing most of my life. And the Superwoman cape is the one that pushes, that tries to outdo myself each and every day, that gets out there and does that 5-mile run, that goes to the gym and works out, gets out there and works out, that goes to school with more than full-time college credit hours, that paints, that writes, that makes YouTube videos, and that does so much more. That's Superwoman. And that's often how my friends have referred to me. Well, I am hanging up that Superwoman cape because I want to be just like everybody else. Okay? Well, maybe not like everybody else, because there's probably quite a few other superwomen out there, or supermen, but I don't want to be one of them. I just want to simply relax and enjoy my life, as what I often talk about, what I talk about quite often. So let me tell you what happened to me yesterday. Well, yesterday was the first day of college semester, and as you all know, I'm taking a really heavy amount of classes. And some of them are quite hard classes, at least for me. And there's traveling an hour away. It's actually over an hour for me, an hour to and an hour from, because I'm a little bit of a slow driver, a lot of back roads to the college. And I decided I was going to take all these extra college courses because I wanted to graduate so that I can transfer to another college, graduate with this particular degree, so I can transfer out to another college, university in the spring. So I really loaded myself up, and I had a 4.0 GPA last semester, but I have no intention of doing that again. That was part of my Superwoman cape era. As I told my advisor today, I'll be happy if I get a 2.0 this time, but I'm likely to do far better than that. But I'm not striving for a 4.0, okay? That's not necessary in my life because, well, I'm not really doing this for career. I'm doing this for enjoyment. So let me tell you, I'm going to kind of go back and forth here, but let me tell you about yesterday. The night before, I was, I use those little flossers in between my teeth. I've got really great dental hygiene, so I'm always brushing my teeth and flossing and all that. It was a little wire type of brush that I was using. And I got it stuck in, it broke off and kind of stuck in my, between two of my teeth. So I had to go to the dentist. Here I have to go to the dentist now on my first day of school. So the dentist was great to see me, but she took that right out, no problem. But there was a chip on my crown. I had a crown in the back. So nonetheless, we had to go and decided that we would put another crown on. And in the process, of course, they have to take the one off, and that's not easy to do. That's not easy to do in order to put a new one on. And long story short, in that process, I mean, and they let me know that you would be a bit sore and all that. Well, I can tell you, I was a bit sore all day yesterday. My jaw was sore. I had a headache. I did not feel good after I left there. and which was kind of normal for having that kind of procedure done. And so that was kind of an unexpected thing that came up on my first day of school. And remember, I'm taking a lot of credit hours with a lot of heavy subjects, with a lot of work behind the subject, plus traveling back and forth. So along with all the workload, I had to drive in for one of my classes, and it was towards evening class, and I finally got there, not feeling good. Great teacher, great teacher, but yet I was like, oh, I hope the class ends because I got such a headache, I want to go home. But I was really enjoying the teacher at the same time. Well, when I left there, the roads in that city, which used to be a big town, now it's more like a city, that my husband and I were originally married in and had our first home together in. So I know a little bit about that area. It's a good an hour and a half away. Well, they're changing all the roads and redoing the roads and adding new highways. So my GPS misled me. And for whatever reason, it didn't recognize some of the roads. And it said, go 18 miles straight on this highway, straight ahead. And remember, it's dark now, it's night. I left. I don't really know the area like I did in the past because it's all grown and new highways and everything. Well, I get on this highway and all of a sudden it says dead end, closed road ahead. And I was the only vehicle on the road in my Jeep. I was the only vehicle on the road in the Jeep at night, and there really weren't any lights out there. And I came to this dead end on a highway, a brand new, unfinished, I guess, highway. So I didn't know how to turn around. I didn't know where to go because the other side said it was closed. And I thought, well, if I go down that way and that's closed, how do I get back? But I can't go forward. And there was no one out there to ask, and there was no other cars. And so it was night and it was dark. So I took the chance and I circled around onto the other side. And fortunately, it was open and I was able to make my way back into the town, get into the town, and be lost, totally lost in areas that I didn't want to be lost in. And finally, I just kept driving around. The GPS was all mixed up. It was telling me to go left when I was supposed to go right. So I just kind of used my own sense of navigation. And I ended up finding a road I recognized. And I got on that road, and it was actually a road from 30 years ago where we used to live off of. And I got on that road, and I knew my way back home. So I make my way back home slowly, but now it's really dark. And I get out onto the country roads now, and they're all 2 lanes, and there are deer everywhere. There's deer crossing the road. So now I have to be extremely cautious driving home in the dark on a 2-lane road for miles and miles and miles. So that was, and I had such a headache, and my jaw still hurt. And I came home and I just started crying. I cried all the way home too, by the way. I cried and cried and cried. And I was just as a release, because I felt under so much pressure and I didn't feel good. And this is where talking about accommodating your body comes in. Normally what I would do is if I didn't feel good, I'd just go to bed, or I'd go take something for a headache or a jaw ache and go lay down. But I couldn't do that yesterday. I didn't give myself that luxury of accommodating my body's needs at that moment. And so I came home, and my husband and I sat on the porch, and I cried and cried, and we had a great talk, and we decided I was going to cut my college classes in half and just have to finish up in another semester. And that was a decision that we both came to and felt good about, and I felt relieved. So I got up this morning and I did a post about how I'm cutting my college classes and hanging up my cape, which I have, my Superwoman cape. I'm no longer a Superwoman, okay? I'm just a regular person. And I did that. But then shortly after, I talked to my advisor, and what I found out was some wonderful, wonderful news. She let me know that the other classes, half of my class load, would not open up to the second 8 weeks. So in essence, I have half of the classes now, which is what I wanted, period. And I'll have the other half then. So it worked out. I didn't have to give up any of my classes, and I'm still on track the way I wanted. After all that drama, after all that crying, after all that headache, after the broken crown, but this is the good thing that came out of it. accommodating myself, accommodating my body, accommodating my health, putting my health before school, before anything else, okay? That's what I really, really want to talk to you about. You know, being Superwoman is not all that it's cracked up to be, okay? It really, really is not. And I no longer want to be Superwoman. I don't want to try to be doing it all, achieving it all, you know, being on time for everything, always being there, always, you know, I just don't want to be Superwoman anymore. Okay, I don't. I just want to be me. I want to be a regular person and enjoy my everyday life and just have a good time. And if I don't feel good or I have a headache or like yesterday, I just want to go back to bed. I want to have that luxury, and I do have that luxury. Okay, I do. I have that luxury. And yesterday I did not give myself that luxury. That was my fault for not giving myself that luxury of just staying home and going back to bed. In the meantime, my classes are working out such that I can do most of my work here at home, if not all. As long as I'm turning in my work, even if I don't necessarily show up for the class itself, I'm good to go. So I am so fortunate. So it's all worked out in regards to my classes, even though they're very, very hard and very time consuming. But I am just taking it as it comes. I'm just going to enjoy my life. I'm not pressuring myself. I'm not doing that to myself anymore. If I don't feel good or I have a headache or if I'm just tired and I want to go lay down and go to bed and I don't want to show up somewhere or do something, or if I want to stay in my pajamas and just do my work behind the computer all day, I can do that now. I'm giving myself permission. I'm making my health a priority. Like yesterday when my jaw was hurting, I should have just went to bed instead of driving all the way into class, okay? And so I've decided to do what's best for me, and everything else comes second. I've put that Superwoman Cape up, okay? If you might have a Superman cape, a Superwoman cape, but whatever you have, you know, often it's not what you think it is. And sometimes it can be draining and exhausting and work against us. And it did work against me. Now, fortunately, it all worked out, as I explained to you. I'm still taking all the same classes, but they're spread out rather than as I initially thought. I thought they were all going to open up yesterday and today. But only half of them did. And the other good thing is I don't have to go in person if I don't want to. I just have that option. And so this is the thing, okay? I don't want to be Superwoman anymore. I want to just enjoy my life. I want to accommodate my body's needs at the time. If I wake up and I'm in an energetic mood, I get out there and I go running. But if, let's say it's raining and I'm, you know, a little bit tired or I have a lot of homework and I want to stay home, I'll stay home. I'm accommodating my day. I'm accommodating my whims in a way. And when I say my whims, I mean my needs at the time, rather than push. I don't want to push anymore. Okay, I don't want to do that. I'm 64 years old. I've pushed enough in my life. I've achieved enough in life. I want to cruise. I want to enjoy. I want to cruise through life. I want to flow through life. I don't want to keep pushing myself. Because sometimes when we keep pushing ourselves, that's when we can break ourselves. And just the fact that I was crying was an emotional release, but I shouldn't have had to reach that point yesterday of where I felt so frustrated and tired and exhausted. I should have simply said, go back to bed if you don't feel good. Today I feel great. Okay, and yet I realize that we have to sometimes pay attention to each day. We never know exactly how that day is going to play out. And I want that luxury of knowing that I can play that day the best in my best interest. Some people don't have that luxury, but I've earned that luxury over many years of my life, and I'm going to use that luxury of, number one, taking care of me, taking care of my body, going back to bed if I need to, staying in my pajamas all day like I am, and doing my homework from here at home. And you know, I feel great to be able to do that. I have supportive people in my life, both my family, friends, and you know, my teachers and the people that guide me at school. You know, I have people that support me, and, you know, they see a 64-year-old woman going back to college, achieving all these results, and they're rooting for me, and I appreciate it, and I appreciate y'all rooting for me as well. It was challenging. I did cry. I was upset. I was drained. I was hurting from, you know, the tooth situation and the crown situation. And I was, all this stuff was going on. Sometimes we have to let room and allow room for unexpected events and be able to flex with them. If we're so tightly woven and we can't flex with an unexpected event or even an unexpected opportunity, often we're either going to miss out or we're going to exhaust or drain ourselves. So I believe in being flexible. So I just wanted to come on here and share that the Superwoman Cape has gone up and that I'm accommodating my life. I'm accommodating my body. I'm accommodating my health. I'm accommodating my whims. I'm accommodating my safety. I'm accommodating what's right for me. I'm accommodating my day-to-day life, and I kind of play each day as it comes rather than have this tight schedule that I must adhere to regardless of the situations, because life can change and there can be things that come up. And sometimes we do have to be flexible and we do have to be adaptable. And so that's what I really learned about giving up the Superwoman Cape, is the importance of being adaptable to that day itself, to what our needs are. Be adaptable to the needs of your body, your mind, your soul, your relationships, your spirits, whatever the situation may be. Be adaptable. Take care of you. Okay, well, thank you for listening. May God bless you. And I hope to talk to you soon again. And I hope you like, share, subscribe to all 5 channels. Links are pinned at the top of the comment section below. If you connect with me, I will likely connect with you as well. I hope to talk to you then. Bye-bye.